super finde ich halt auch, dass wir es geschafft haben, irgendwie gemeinsam mit der B3i unsere Ideen mal übereinander zu legen und zu gucken, was kann man gemeinsam machen. Und jetzt möchte ich in Anbetracht der Zeit gleich an den Antonio überleiten, derjenige ist, ich finde ihn immer wieder faszinierend. Ich habe ein paar Webinare von ihm gesehen, mit welcher Vision und Enthusiasmus er diese Idee vertritt, diese Branche halt in diese nächste Technologiestufe der Digitalisierung zu führen. Antonio, it's your part.
Cool. I haven't got anything of what you said, Matthias, but I'm sure it was a good intro, and thanks a lot.
It was legendary, my intro to you.
Cool. And thanks, everyone. Apologies for me not speaking German. I know it's important, and I have to learn it. My son goes to a German school. At a certain stage, I will be in an extreme need of speaking it, and I promise I will be learning it. I don't have much time, so let's rock on the slides and see. So just a brief intro about myself. I am the head of products for B3i. I'm responsible for the development of our product portfolios and platform. I am an engineer as an origin, moved into the insurance industry and worked for 10 years as an underwriter, and then moved into the operation perimeter to develop solutions and platform for assicurazioni generali, and then joined B3i since the origin, but officially as an employee in October 2018. And just about B3i, who are we? You know, who is B3i? What is B3i? Well, you know, B3i has been lots of different things since the beginning, but what hasn't changed is our shareholders. You know, we have been founded by the industry, by the most relevant insurers and reinsurers that exist globally, initially for just an exploration. And we had to answer a couple of questions. You know, everyone was interested about this technology, but frankly speaking, being insurers, no one understood what the hell it was. We are not technologists, right? We do just risk transfers. And I think they had the right idea to join forces there and to look together in what blockchain can bring to the industry, how blockchain can generate value. And moving on towards those questions, all the efforts of B3i went into the direction of answering those questions, up to the point that B3i moved from the exploration that was initially just, you know, checking whether there was some gold inside this mountain, and then moving into a proper company in April 2018, where we said we have been given a mission. Let's dig a big hole and get out the value for the industry. We have proven that there is value for the industry. We have proven what are the requirements in order to ensure that the industry can extract the value out of this technology. And we have proven that this technology can represent an incredible transformation opportunity for the industry. It's an opportunity to disrupt the industry, to make sure that we can disrupt ourselves instead of waiting for someone that at the door could easily basically change everything from one day to another without us even noticing that something has changed. And so far, we have been focusing on bringing this technology to the industry and enabling the industry to leverage the power and the value of blockchain. And you will see through the slides that there are different strategies that we have in place. But one of the most important things is that B3i it's a true software vendor, of course, which is fully owned by the industry. And for us, it's a fundamental leap, this. Because if you look at any other industries, from manufacturing, everyone is moving in software development. Look at Lemonade. They do insurance, but they do actually lots of software development. Look at Tesla. It's a car manufacturer. The reality is it's a software company. They have much more developers than mechanical engineers. And this is the same for every financial industry in the next 10 to 15 years. And the right move of this industry, of the insurance industry, was actually to establish its own software industry, its own software company. To do what? To act as an enabler. And an enabler that can bring more technology, that can focus the industry in absorbing more technology and leverage more technology without depending too much from external consultancy, let's say, but making sure that they can drive themselves. And the partnership that B3i established with Rita is a first step towards that direction of B3i being an enabler. And I will explain exactly what it means in the next slides. So we started our journey to prove what this technology could bring to the industry. And we wanted to make sure that this test, this exploration was not done in a vacuum chamber, was not done in something that was totally abstract from the reality. We wanted to set ourselves on a real problem, and we wanted to face real challenges. And then the day we decided to do that, because it's not easy. But in order to do that, we decided, okay, we need to show to the industry that from a tangible problem, we can create a tangible solution and that can generate tangible benefits. And we decided to start from reinsurance from several reasons. And because of the size of premiums and the low volumes of transaction, we said, cool, let's focus on loss, treaties, big premiums, few transactions. We can prove that at the basis this technology works, and then we can move into additional reinsurance. But then while we were doing this, we understood, well, is this going to change the industry? Just a single application? It doesn't work. You need something more. And we started focusing on one layer on the bottom, which is the network. And we understood that the blockchain technology at the end is funded over a network. But still, a single application over a network of multiple parties is not actually changing the industry. This is not the enabler we were seeking for. And we understood in order to change the industry, we need to bring the technology we need to enable startups to develop application. We need innovation to happen. And how do you enable innovation? Well, you need to simplify the development. You need to mitigate the risk. You need to accelerate the development of application. And so we moved one step on top of the network below of the application, and we said, let's make sure that we have a platform that can enable multiple startups to bring their applications to the users, to the market in an easier way, in a faster way, to ensure that they can innovate and bring more application and push and challenge the industry to give and move away from those systems that are 20, 30 years old and actually become a real up-to-date industry that can serve customers that today are 5 years old, and potentially in 10 years they will need insurance and they will hate to see a piece of paper. And so we said, that's the way to go. Let's expand the platform. Let's expand the network. Let's focus on enabling. And the partnership with Rita is exactly the first. Rita is the first application that today is running over the Fluidity platform, and it's distributed across the B3i network, and it's working next to the B3i solution, to the B3i insurance solution. So it's a first of this example, and more are coming. More application will come, more solution will come, more interoperability will be generated. And I know that maybe you are not visualizing properly what this means, but let me give you an example of what this means in other industries. You have an example of this type of approach into your pockets. And I hope you're not looking at your smartphone now, but the smartphones you have is exactly an example. It's a platform that lives into a network that is accelerating startups in developing applications, which means generating innovation, which means pushing the industry, pushing the value, in creating, bringing new ideas. And apologies, it's true that the industry is truly regulated, it's heavily regulated with this. It does not mean that we cannot innovate. Regulation for the insurance industry is an enabler. At the moment, I've heard several times that the innovation doesn't happen in our industry because we are regulated. Apologies, guys, it's a bullshit. We need to innovate, and we need to make sure that we can enable the industry to move forward. And B3i 2.0, the latest application we released, is a small example. What can this application do? Pretty simply, it's an application that enables a single version of the truth. You can create digital treaties. You can create real digital contracts, and you can exchange those digital contracts between all the members of the network, between all the participants of the network, with security and with certainty. What does it mean, really? Every single transaction is notarized. What does it mean, notarized? Physically, it's like every time you are actually sending an email to someone, you are sitting in front of a notary, and the notary is checking your identity, is checking the document, if the document is correct, and if something is wrong, the transaction is not approved. So it basically means that you have a virtual notary that is sitting below your operating model, and it's checking every single transaction you are doing to guarantee correctness, to guarantee certainty, to guarantee that every single participant of that specific contract sits exactly on the single version of the truth. So, and now if you have a contract that is digitally defined, that is certain, that is the same everywhere, and you have premiums and commissions that have to be paid after that, well, and if everyone is on the same page, technical accounting, financial accounting can happen very easily. And what does it mean? Two things: certainty and no more reconciliation. Apologies, that's Italy that win the World Cup, but in Germany, but this is the thing that we are aiming for: no more reconciliation. Because it's absurd that on a treaty that you have 60 reinsurers participating, at a certain stage you have 120 people that are keying into their admin system the information at the same stage, 120 people. And if you count the number of treaties, but if you count the facultative, count every single business that you are managing and transacting, you understand how old are our operating models and why we need to transform ourselves. And the application that we developed, it's an example. It's a true example of this type of efficiency, of what type of efficiency can be generated. And as I said, what type of certainty the distributed ledger technology and the blockchain brings. And this application that we developed, it has loads of features that supports the underwriting, but it needs to be interpreted as a protocol mostly than an application that it's used from a web, from a user interface. And the way it was developed, it's very simple, with direct interaction and direct requirements for all the industry players, from brokers to insurers to cedants to reinsurers. Our aim is end-to-end. The B3i protocol at the moment is the only protocol that exists in the market that covers the interest of the cedants, that goes into the broker's perimeter and goes into the reinsurer's perimeter. And with the support of additional applications that will be integrated with B3i, we are working towards the enabling of this efficiency and value for all the customers. B3i 2.0 is operational. It's already deployed. People are using it. There are treaties that are transacted, brokers that are using it as well, and we have contracts there. But what is coming in the 2.1? The most important things. First of all, we are moving into integration. Technical accounting is now part of the game, and it's enabled. It's possible to generate accounting entries. We are enabling the integration, and Ritablock is a key enabler for us because it means that from the data that is exchanged into the blockchain, we can create multiple channels of integration. We can simplify your life truly, whatever is the system that you are using. But we are also enabling post-placement integration because, of course, what the B3i protocol brings, it's also the contracts. It's not just technical accounting. It brings also the limits, the deductibles, the coverages, the exclusions, and everything that is related to all the terms and conditions. And this will move, we will be extending in multiple treaties, multiple contract types, multiple lines of business, be enhancing the features we have. We will be looking at every single feature that the industry needs. But as I said, the most important thing, and I'd like to emphasize today, is that Rita will represent the gateway through which the single version of the truth that we have in a reinsurance solution, in our reinsurance protocol in B3i, will become available and exploitable from the admin systems down the line. So Ritablock will not just be distributed through the B3i network. We will not just, as B3i, simplify the life of Ritablock by providing the network administration, by providing the platform, by looking at all the technicalities behind upgradability and all the things that are related to enable the platform. We will also look at leveraging Ritablock to simplify your own challenges, which is extracting the data that is coming from the B3i network and enabling this to be exported in your system. So with this, I hope I gave you a stimulating view of what is happening. And I just want to challenge you a minute. You are decision makers and leaders in this industry, and you are sitting on the machine that you can turn the engine on or off. And the transformation of this industry, believe it or not, depends fundamentally on you. And I like to urge you to be joining this journey as a pioneers and not waiting for someone. Don't be followers, be leaders in these. There are initiatives that are here that are ready to be supporting you in whatever transformation you want to do. We are owned by the industry. We are for the industry. Join us, push this industry to the next level, and enable other initiatives, enable Ritablock, and enabling everything else that will come to really push the boundary ahead. Now, with this, I thank you for the attention, and I'm here to answer any question in case you have. Otherwise, you can always get in touch with us directly or via Ritablock at any time. We are always available for that. Thank you.
Antonio, wow, what an enthusiastic session. It was really a huge pleasure to listen to you. It is also a huge pleasure to work together with you and your team. Very much looking forward. So, the only one, now I change back to German. Der Einzige, der heute wahrscheinlich nicht erfüllt hat, bin ich, weil ich das Zeitmanagement meiner Kollegen nicht im Griff habe. Darum muss ich jetzt leider ein wenig abkürzen. Ich werde Ihnen allen die Folien, die wir gezeigt haben, zukommen lassen. Darauf sehen Sie auch unsere Webadressen, darauf sehen Sie, wie Sie uns kontaktieren können. Wenn immer Sie zusätzliche Fragen haben, melden Sie sich bei uns, wir gehen darauf ein. Wenn Sie Feedback haben, wenn Sie Wünsche haben für das nächste Webinar, lassen Sie es uns wissen. Und wenn Sie beim nächsten Webinar am 3. Dezember dabei sein werden, würde es uns wirklich, wirklich freuen. Ich möchte bei Antonio nachfolgen. Helfen Sie uns mit, wir träumen schon seit Jahrzehnten davon, den elektronischen Datenaustausch in der Rückversicherung hinzubekommen. Unterstützen Sie uns, wir brauchen alle, wir brauchen die Zedenten, wir brauchen die Broker, wir brauchen die Rückversicherer, wir brauchen alle Softwarehäuser. Helfen Sie uns, das umzusetzen, jetzt wirklich in Produktion zu bringen, damit wir alle gemeinsam Leuchtturm in der Versicherungsindustrie werden. Ich bedanke mich bei Ihnen allen. Ich entschuldige mich persönlich für die 10 Minuten Verspätung, die wir eingefahren haben. Ich werde versuchen, das im zweiten Webinar zu verbessern. Ich wünsche Ihnen eine gute Zeit. Kommen Sie gut durch diese merkwürdige Corona-Zeit und bleiben Sie mir bitte alle gesund. Vielen Dank.